Hey guys, I just wanted to take a couple of seconds to dispel some of the myths around the exclusive buyer agency agreement. It is a highly misunderstood document, and so I wanted to take a couple of minutes just to explain what it means, what it doesn't mean, and what you're signing. So, initially it's starting out with the right to represent. It's just saying that you have agreed that I am your agent. So, if you are wanting to see a home, if you're interested in a home that says it's for sale, what you'll do is give me a call. It's that simple. I'm going to be the one to do the legwork. I will find out how much it's selling for, how many square feet it has, how many rooms it has, any of those just basic information so that you don't have to do that. That's why you hired me. I'm working for you. And so that just means that I'm the first person that you call. What that also means is that as I'm your agent, that you won't work with any other agents. That can be construed into several different situations. So a main one that comes up is that sometimes clients will call on a sign. So say that you're driving by a home and there's a sign with a phone number and you'd like to see the home. Rather than calling that phone number, you'll call me and I'll reach out to that agent so that I can take care of setting up the showing for you. That's just a common courtesy in this industry, is that you allow me to do the legwork for you. Ultimately, I'm looking to make sure that you're taken care of in any way that I can take care of you, and a lot of times that just means letting me do the work for you. So that's a really important thing. And the other thing is duration of agency. So that's something that we're going to set up beforehand. There's a general time frame that I usually like to stick with because it usually takes a certain amount of time to find a home. But we'll talk about that before you sign anything. Really quickly, there is another portion on here that says selling firm's fee. Now the selling firm is actually going to be us. There's the listing firm and the selling firm. So since another agent would have listed the home, I am the selling firm. So what that means is that when we're talking about the fees of the selling firm, I'm a free resource to you. That means you don't have to pay me anything out of pocket. There is one case in which you would be obligated to pay me if you did go through with the purchase, and that would be a FSBO. If we go and look at a FSBO and you decide to put in an offer on that, this portion of the document is where you are agreeing to pay me if the FSBO decides that they don't want to offer an agent any cut. Once again, I'm going to go in and talk to them beforehand and make sure that that's not something that you have to deal with. Ultimately, if you purchase a home that's for sale by owner, we want them to pay for my commission. I don't want to make you do that. But in the rare case that they decide that they don't want to be a part of that, then that responsibility will go to you. And here's where we're going to discuss what my commission rates would be for you at that point. Representation is just, it's talking about I can represent you, or I can represent you and a home that's listed. So say I've got a home that I've listed and you end up being interested in that home, I'm going to disclose to you that that is my listing, and so I'm going to be cutting both sides of that commission. But ultimately, you're deciding that up front. You're saying, I don't want to look at your listings because I don't want you to have all of your commission, or I just want you to represent me as the buying firm. In that case, all we do is set up another agent to take care of you during the rest of that transaction so that there's not any concerns about you thinking that I don't have full loyalty to you and to the selling firm, or to the listing firm as well. There's also in paragraph 9 something called cancellation, and it's something that usually is, it's just not something that happens very often. I don't charge a cancellation fee simply because I don't let it get to that point. If you're not interested in buying a home, then we're going to know pretty quickly, and so it's not really something that we would ever get into whenever we are actually looking at homes and things like that. So the last things are just gibberish. That's legal gibberish and is important, but is not ultimately going to change a lot. And so it's just saying that this is a legal form. it is lawful, all of those things. So it's a pretty simple form. There's just a couple of things that people tend to misunderstand. The biggest thing being if there is a FSBO situation where they choose not to pay my commission, then you'll be responsible for that. But you'll be told up front right now before we even go see any homes exactly how much that would cost you in that really rare situation. And also whether or not you're comfortable with purchasing any of my listings. And if you're not, we just mark that up front and we don't worry about it. So that's just a really quick intro. If you have any questions about this document, just let me know.